Hi, this is Ezra Stollon from Toronto. This video is the Ilui Nishmat Sarah about Harav Nachum Mindo, and my Perek is Perek Ein Zion, which is Perek 77. And what I'm going to do is I'm first going to go through the Perek and explain it, and then I'm going to give a conclusion after. So let's just read. Lamanatef al Ditun La Saf Mizmor, to the director of music, right? So basically, it's sound like a normal Tinin, like David usually does. That he is very poetic and it's very nice. Koli el Elokim ve'tzaka, Koli el Elokim v'azin elai. My voice is to Hashem, and I cry out. My voice is to Hashem that He may hear me. Right? Again, very poetic, but he wants Hashem to hear what he's saying. B'yom tzarati Adonai darashti yadi laila nigra v'lo tafug me'ana hinachem nafshi. In the day of my trouble, I seek the Lord. My hand drips at night and does not rest. My soul refuses to be comforted. Right. So it's the only way that he'd be able to be comforted is from Hashem, because He's the only really one who can comfort us. By that no one else can. Um, Eskara Elokim ve'ehemaya asicha v'titatef ruchi sela. I remember Hashem and I moan. I plead and my spirit faints. So this is sort of strange that he sort of started out by being very poetic and very praiseworthy of Hashem, but now it's sort of saying that Hashem is a burden on him. So I guess we'll see what the reason for that is, or what is behind that. Shmirot einai nifamti v'lo daber. You have you hold fast my eyelids. I am so astonished that I cannot speak. So again, he goes back to being poetic, and he goes back to being very praiseworthy of Hashem. So Chishavti yamim mikedem shnot olamim. I have counted the days of old, the years of ancient times. So again, he's talking about the old times of what Hashem has done in the past, and I think that's why it said before that he felt that Hashem was a burden to him at the time, because he felt that Hashem was not being, he felt that Hashem's, I guess, ways towards Bnei Israel weren't the same as they are now, as they were before. They weren't the same before as they are now. As in before it was better. And so he wants it to be the same as before. I remember my song at night. I commune with my heart. I commune with my heart, and my spirit searches. Again, very poetic. Will the Lord forsake us forever, and will He be favorable no more? So again, he says that it's Hashem was very did amazing things for us in the past, and He was very you know I guess maybe He showed more love to us before. So why has it changed? And He wants it. David obviously wants it back. They have this. The Netzach. Chasdo Gamar Omer L'Dor. Has His loving kindness gone forever? Has His word finished for all generations? Chashav Chanot El Im Kafatz Ba'af Rachamav Sela. Has Hashem forgotten grace? Has He in anger shut up His mercies? So basically, has He stopped being merciful? Is He not considered is Hashem not considered merciful anymore? Based on from the past. V'omer chalati shenot yamin elyon. And I said, this is my prayer. Let the right hand of the Most High act again. Right, and that's basically Hashem. That David obviously wants the Hashem's greatness to be shown again, to be as was in past generations, as we said before. Eskor Malay Kaki Eskara Mekedem Pilacha, and I will recall the deeds of the Lord, for I remember from of old your wonders. Right, Hashem's wonders were very good back in the past, but obviously David feels that it's not the same as it is now. and I've meditated on all your work, and I've talked about your doings, right? Hashem obviously, David likes to be very praiseworthy of Hashem, and and obviously loves to talk about Hashem's greatness based on towards to us, to Bnei Israel, um, and that's what he's saying. Elohim HaKodesh Darkecha El Gadol Kelohim, again with praiseworthiness. Hashem, your ways is in holiness. Why? Who is so great a God as our God? You are the God who performs wonders, and you have made your strength known among the peoples, right? Known among the peoples that it's that as we saw before that when after Yitzim Mitzrayim and also after Kriya Yamsuf that the whole world heard about what Hashem did to Mitzrayim and to the Israel that they as in to Israel that he let them free from and led them across the Yamsuf. Galata v'Zor Amecha b'nei Yaakov v'Yosef Sela. You have redeemed your people with your arm, the sons of Yaakov and Yosef. Right? So interesting that he uses the example of those Nevi'im from past that obviously he was doing very many wonders back then. Raucha Mayim Elokim Rucha Mayim Yachilu Af Yirgazu Toma. The water saw you, Hashem. The water saw you, and they were afraid, and the deep waters trembled. So at Kriya Yamsuf, he's saying that the waters that were the reason that they split is because they were just so afraid of Hashem. They were so in awe that they just split. They were just that's just what happened because they were just so in shock. Zarmu Maim Avod Kol Matnu Shkakim Afchatatzecha Yitalachu. The clouds poured out water, the skies went out a sound, your arrows too went out, right? So all these different things happened because they were just so in shock of Hashem. And then Hashem's arrows, so to speak, went out because one in wrath against Mitzrayim, and also because of the fact, that in wrath against Mitzrayim. Kol Ra'amcha Begaga Heiru Berakim Tevel Ragzav Tiras Haaretz. The voice of your thunder was in the whirlwind. The lightnings illuminated the world. The earth trembled and shook. Right, again, that it's one very poetic, but also the fact that all these different things happened because the things of the world were just so in shock of Hashem and so in awe that everything went crazy because it was a crazy thing that Yamsuf. Anyway, but B'yam darkecha u'shvilcha b'mayim rabim v'ikvotecha lo noda'u. Your way was in the sea, and your path in the mighty waters, and your footsteps were not known. Right? All these things were on the Yamsuf, but nobody nobody knew exactly what happened. Everybody was just in shock afterwards. After the Yamsuf, because it was just nothing had ever happened like that before, and will not again. And everybody was just in shock. And yeah, you led your people like a flock by the hand of Moshe and Aaron, right? So that Moshe and Aaron led Bnei Israel out of Mitzrayim and out of the Yamsuf, but through Hashem's, I guess, through Hashem, that they obviously listened to. So that's the end of the Perek, but this is the conclusion. So David begins this Tehillim with a cry of distress and ends it with a description of the wondrous deeds that Hashem performed in days of old. Right, we said before, Hashem revealed Himself in His glory, and the world trembled. The sea fled in fear, and the children of and Bnei Israel passed through it on dry land, like sheep tended by faithful shepherds, and we just read that before. So the Tehillim is formulated in the first person singular, but the mention of the miracles that Hashem performed during the period of the Yetziat Mitzrayim implies that David is not crying out on account of his personal distress alone, but on account of the distress of his entire people. So that's because basically uh, he's he's the shaliach from based on Israel. So he's telling Hashem that it's based on from what Ben Israel is saying. So just to conclude here, so in ancient days Hashem performed miracles on his people's behalf, but today he has abandoned them. He has abandoned them, right? That as what we said before, David seems to think that Hashem has abandoned Bnei Israel. Yeah, and then it says. So David does not protest against Hashem, nor does he state explicitly, "You have abandoned us." Instead, he cloaks his complaint in the question, "Will Hashem forsake us forever?" That's very tricky, this sort of language. David's questions imply that he is praying not only for deliverance, but also that he may understand the secret ways of Hashem's providence. Why we do not clearly see that Hashem is fulfilling the promises that he made long ago to Moshe. That sometimes we don't understand that what Hashem does to us, and we don't really see the greater good that it's obviously all for the best for us, and we should based on what they're saying, but also that we should remember that of the promises that he made along ago to Moshe that they're going to bring Mashiach and Hero Beninu, and Shkoch and Shabbos.